There, now the microphone's working. I think. Let's double check. No, it's the wrong one. There, that's the right microphone. Okay, there. All right, let's start over. Hi, welcome to Salamander Racing. I am Salamander. Most people just call me Sal. Now that you can hear me, I was just saying it's been a long day today. Really long day. I had to get a trailer hitch put on my car earlier. That took a lot longer than I anticipated. And getting ready for a
Sugar Shuffles
garage sale this weekend.
Hey,
RJ, thanks for stopping by, RJ. RJ, you should stop by for a garage sale that we're starting tomorrow. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know you're close. A lot of crap we're trying to get rid of. So, it's been a busy day. But yeah, looking forward to getting out on the track. I'm going to try doing something a little different that I haven't done on here before.
Said.
Oh, plenty of good stuff. I mean, I'm sure you'll love everything. That's what's typical in garage sales. But no, I'm gonna do something a little different. Something I've done offline before and that my kids like to do. And I want to try doing it on stream and see what people think. And that's do the car show. Like I said, my kids love doing it. It's generally at Tokyo Expressway East, counterclockwise. You go down to the end where there's a hairpin, and people do car shows. There'll be like one person who's like the center car who is judging, and then everybody else brings in their car. They announce a category like, hey, German cars, or just Fords, or Group 3 cars, or front wheel drive only, or whatever you want the category to be. Everybody lines up, and then the person who's judging kind of goes around, picks, third, second, and first. Whoever gets first picks the next category, and you just keep going. And you just show off your cars. And it's actually kind of a lot of fun. So, I was going to do that. I'm planning on using that same format or very similar to that format, for the PHG charity event that's coming up next weekend on the 10th. Having a big charity event going on. It starts at noon Central. It's going to be over at Papa's House of Game on his channel. We're going to be raising money for St. Jude's Children's Medical Research. So right now the plan is we've got 5 races that are going to go on and 2 livery competitions. And the livery competitions will be judged kind of this way, or it'll be presented this way. It'll actually be voted on by the people in chat, and they'll determine who the winners are, doing like a bracket kind of system. Like we'll have 4 cars, the top 2 will go to the next round, 4 more cars, top 2 go to the next round, then you pick the winner from those. Something like that. But we'll use this same sort of car show format where we bring them all down to the end of the track, show them all off. We'll probably do it with, we'll be in spectate mode, so we can just circle the cars and that kind of thing. But it'll be fun. So you livery designers, RJ, should show up to that. I'm going to have the livery contest, because I'm kind of running the livery contest. We're going to have that where people pre-register for it, or need to register for the competition. The races will be kind of qualifying will actually happen throughout the week, and that'll determine who's in what race on that day. We're going to cap it at 70 racers, so I presume everybody will be able to get in. With the livery competition, we're going to cap it at 32 for the interest of time. I don't even know if we'll get anywhere near that amount, but if we do, we're going to have to stop it at 32. But that's the idea. So anyway, what we're going to do is we got to go to the lobbies. The question is whether I can find a lobby somebody's already running and I just get in on theirs, or if I just run my own. We'll see if someone else already has one going. I've been in some where it's like you get in and like 5 minutes later they end it, and that gets kind of annoying. So if that happens, I'll just fire up my own and do that. we'll do that for a little while, hour or so, and then I believe our IRO GTEC team, Full Throttle Racing, I believe is going to be having a practice tonight, so we'll jump over to that. We got to practice our Porsche Group 3 911 at the Nürburgring is where we're going to be racing for the next Endurance Championship. So that is going to be exciting. Now, I think I had just seen somebody was talking about when that's going on. And I hope it is not. Oh boy, it is next weekend. It's the same weekend as the charity event. Oh crap. All right, well. So we're going to have to schedule whatever stints I'm going to be running in that around the charity event.
Sugar Shuffles said, "Not sure if I'll make it or not. Love the idea and want to try. Saturdays are always tough."
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I think we did Saturday because I think that works for most people, but I know some people certainly Saturdays are tough. Here we are, car show, very first one. There's always car shows at this. Here, look, here's another one down here. Here we go. In fact, this one's almost full, so there's going to be a lot more people. So let's see if we can join that one. We'll have to wait and see what the next category is. Yeah, RJ, what we're going to do is we're going to announce this Saturday the 2 cars to use for the livery competition. One car for the first competition and a second car for the second competition.
Yeah, you can never make
everybody
everyone
will
happy
be doing liveries on the same cars. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Trying to make everybody happy with schedules is impossible. Let's see. Cat is Drift. All right, Drift. I don't know that I have very many liveries on cars I would consider to be a drift car. You know what? I'll use this one, the Porsche. Looks like people are already heading on down. What we'll do is we're going to use the external view, and I'll be switching back and forth to the controller. So we're going to use the controller for this one.
Sugar Shuffles said, "I'll maybe still drop something just in the name of charity to share on Discord. Just not actually in the competition."
I hear you. Alright, so you can see everybody's getting lined up. What we gotta do is... Oh, that's right. Have to use my steering wheel to do this. Here we go. We are in place. Now it's just a matter of, hey, we can kind of check out everybody else's. See what they got going on. Can't really go up and down the line, so there's really only so much you can see. You can kind of see how this works. Everybody gets lined up. Somebody's got a Unimog. Not really a drift car. Looks like Jay Cass there is our judge. They'll be judging the cars. You know what? Let me get my car straightened out a little bit. There we go. See what people think of my car. I always try to do these coming in with cars I've actually designed rather than just download, a livery that somebody else made and show it off. Like, that's not as fun.
Jezzer said,
"Hey, Jezzer.
Yo, victory
Yo.
medium skin
How
tone.
you doing?"
Jezzer said, "What's IRO?"
IRO is short for International Racing Organization. It's another group that does leagues. So I participate in the GTEC League, the Gran Turismo Endurance Championship. So it's a bunch of endurance races. I think it's 10 races over 10 months throughout the year. We are going to be in round number 3, which is the Nürburgring. We're going to be running the Nürburgring 24-hour layout for 24 hours. So the team, we have a team, and we do driver swaps. So every 2 hours, it's a new driver.
Stream Elements said.
So
thanks for tuning
now
in.
I think we're going to only
Please
have
remember to hit that
4
like
or
button
5
and
people that can
subscribe
do
to the
it. So
channel.
there's going to be like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 stints that people have to run. 2-hour stints. So that could end up being a very long day. Especially given that we've got a charity event
really
going on the same day. I did not realize that until just now.
Shuffles said. Hey Jasper.
Yeah, we're on a team already, and we're already set for this year.
Hey Sugar, what's up, fam?
Like, we'd swapped a couple people already, and we're not allowed to do any more swaps this year. Next year... Alright, looks like I didn't win.
Jasper.
Then we find out what the next category is going to be. But next year, I plan on fielding 1 or 2 PHG teams. So if you're interested and want to race with us, you have to consider joining PHG. Now, in the event that we have, let's say, 18 drivers that want, and we just need to fill a couple spots, we could fill it with non-PHG drivers, but I anticipate we may be able to get 20 people from the team who want to do it.
So I'd be a good candidate for availability. Jasper.
There you go. That would be awesome.
Tears of joy.
How old are you? I didn't think you were old enough to be retired. Unless it's not an age thing.
Jasper said, I'll be 50.
Yeah, okay.
Rejadix, Sugar Shuffles said, that's
how
how
the
they
heck
get
did you retire at 42?
Jasper.
Oh, Army.
Said,
oh, gotcha.
Retired 8 YRS ago. Jasper said, Army. Rejadix, Sugar Shuffles said,
yeah, RJ, all the cool stuff
the
is
cool
PHG.
stuff.
One of these days, I'm going to rope you in. Italian. That's what we got this time. So, country, Italy. Let's see, what Italian car should I use? Well, I could use my Huracan. Or I could use the one that I designed for MD Hop in NRL Season 3. I like that one. Otherwise, this Alfa Romeo looks pretty good. Oh, I do have the Zonda that I did for NRL Round 3 as well.
Rejadix, Sugar Shuffles.
Maybe I'll use that one.
Didn't you hear I unofficially have a team? Fart.
No, that doesn't count. That's the anti-team. You don't get to use that.
Rejadix, Sugar Shuffles said, team is in the name, so technically
Still doesn't count. I've declared it doesn't count.
Rejadix, Sugar Shuffles said,
alright, so let's see what
LOL.
people got. Got a Ferrari FXX over there. We've got a Lamborghini Countach over here, Activision.
Said, LOL. Rejadix, Sugar Shuffles.
The biggest signing bonus.
I'm holding out for the biggest signing bonus.
We got some really old Italian cars over there. I think Fiat just disappeared. He's trying to slot himself in there. Not really a livery on it or anything. What's that? Ooh, an Air Force Lamborghini over there. He's judging. Hey, I got third. That's something. Podium.
Rybozen, Sugar Shuffles, said. Woot.
Hazmat 15 got second. Whoops. And then I just exit out. I didn't mean to do that. Hazmat 15 has that purple. And Saab is number 1. What is Saab in? F50. Alright, let's see what the category is this time. What do we got for a category? I think once I win one, I'm going to say the category is Corvette. I want everybody to come down with a Corvette. Category is your favorite car. Okay. I want to choose. You know, I think I want to choose the Garrel's Viper. That's what I'm going to choose. What we'll do here is slow roll. Check out people's. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. McLaren. Alphard. Audi R8. RX-7's kind of cool. What do they come up with? There we go. Got the steering wheel to stop shaking.
Viking Gaming said,
Viking!
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good day. SPM taking third and second. SPM takes all three. A sense of conspiracy.
Viking King Gaming said, not bad, finally getting some quali in.
What you qualifying for? That truck is pretty.
Viking King Gaming.
Oh, daily
said,
C.
C.
I haven't done any qualifying for the dailies in so long. I don't know when the last time I tried qualifying for one of those was, or running in any of them. The McLaren that won that one. 67 or older. Oh boy. All these ones with no year. All right, 67 or older. Do I even have a livery on anything that's 67 or older? I don't know that I do. Oh, I do. I got the Samba bus. That was an old one that I did. Could do that. Alright, so that guy's clearly got an engine swap in his Samba. Can't even see what I'm doing. I'll get there eventually.
Viking King Gaming said, LOL.
Breaking Bad boss. Let's see, we got a Beetle. We got another boss. Okay. Jeep. I think that's an F40 down there. That Nissan is definitely not older than 1967. Man, this livery I made a long time ago. Another Beetle. Another GT40 back there.
Oak_R3E said,
Hey, Oak.
Hey Sal, hope you're having a good day so far.
I am. Did you end up meeting up with Leo today? Real name is second. Here's the MTV in first.
Oak_R3E said, yes I did. I am part of the team now.
Awesome.
Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to join.
Well, you didn't give me a choice. You just sort of showed up. But no, it's cool. Totally cool. I think you'll have a good time. It's a good group of guys there. And gals. I think you'll enjoy it. We have a lot going on. I was just saying earlier, I just realized I did not know that our IRO race is next weekend. PHG is having a charity event next weekend, which I am definitely a part of. So we're going to have to make sure that whatever stints I'm running for IRO, don't end up interfering with that. I'm guessing that's going to end up going somewhere between like 4 and 6 hours long. Category is a car from your home country. All right, so since I'm from the U.S., oh, do I pick the Corvette? I will pick the Corvette. Excuse me, jeez. This is a livery I ran in BHRL, the Beehive Racing League. I think we ran this one at Laguna Seca.
Oak_R3E said, yeah, Leo told me about it. Me and Logan will manage that so it will not interfere with you and that event.
That didn't stop at all. Okay, good. Good. See, what do we got? Another Corvette? Oh, that one's slick. Beamer, GT40. Come on, steering wheel. There we go, I'm on the line now. Next to the other Corvette. And another Corvette. GT40, GT40 Beamer. Skoda. Corvette. Yeah, Camaro down there. Nice. Yeah, I really liked how this livery had come out. I did the whole like beehive with like the honey dripping off the bottom business. It took me a lot of time to put this one together, but I really liked how this one turned out. Man, I got this cough. It just won't go away. Yeah, Oak, I really appreciate you guys making sure that, yeah, that doesn't interfere. Like I said, that's going to go for a while, and I'm certainly going to need a buffer both before and after. When is stint 1? Does it start Saturday morning, or does it start Friday and go into Saturday? Didn't know if it was Friday into Saturday or if it was Saturday into Sunday. I'm guessing it's Saturday into Sunday. Which, if that's the case, I may have to do some of the later stints. SPM seems to be winning a lot of these. Gets the win this time. DK 1888. Too much. See, what was DK? Oh, he was in the, I forget the manufacturer of that. But the SR3 SL. At JDM. Japanese car. Japanese car. Go with the PHG Roadster. Oh, my BRZ. I like this BRZ. It looks like got a livery that makes it look like a PlayStation. Like a PS5. Get this gunk out of my throat.
Oak_R3E said, it will start on Saturday morning and go on during the night into Sunday night.
Or into Sunday morning, you mean?
Oak_R3E.
Yeah. Okay.
Said, morning asterisk.
What do we got? McLaren, Subaru, Skyline, RX-7, another Skyline, Civic. Nope. We are parked. Sylvias and the GTRs certainly are good ones. I like the livery on this one better. Maybe it's the perfect JDM car as far as like all these others that are used as like drift cars and stuff, but let's get an NSX.
Oak_R3E said, I used all my name changes on GT7.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is to get
Looks
your name
like I will
changed.
pay $10 to change my name on
Yeah.
PSN.
That's one of the requirements. You're going to be on the team. Got to have that whole PHG in the name business. I think I've only changed my name once, and that was to put PHG on it. My real name taken third. He took third before. They've been on podium before. Michael second. Oh, we're having practice tonight, right? Is that starting in like 20 minutes? Slow gets first. Slow was in the Skyline hardtop. Oh, that white rice one looks really cool. SPM white rice.
Oak_R3E said, yeah,
Oh, okay,
Logan is
Logan's
getting the
running
lobby
it.
set up and all.
Probably do one or two more of these car shows for the fun of it, and then maybe we'll go get into practice. Category is Ford. All right.
Stream Elements
Manufacturer.
said,
Ford.
enjoying the stream. Remember to hit that
See, I've
like
got a
button.
couple of GTs that I've put a livery on. go with the very American one. GT. Skyline hasn't changed. Is that a Mustang? Oh no, it's the Maverick. Got a truck. Got another truck. Boss. With the color shift. Here, I'll go park next to the other Ford GT. Almost right on the line. Another Ford GT. All three of us GTs down here. A couple of Mavericks down there, a couple of Ford trucks down there. A couple of those Boss, I think they're the Boss 305. Michael takes third. Gray Bush in seconds. I do like that one. Who's getting first in this one?
Oak_R3E.
Not me.
Said.
Alright.
Moose, is that you?
Alright, I'll be back in just a minute.
Oak_R3E said. Should the name be PHG_oak or PHG_oak? Oak_R3E said, your mic might be muted, heard nothing you said.
That's right, I forgot that I muted it before I went on break and never turned it back off. So thank you. I would personally go with capital O lowercase AK, but it's yours, so you do what you want. I would not do all three lowercase. I would say that's a no-go from as far as if you're simply asking for my opinion. But whether you want it to be all caps or just the first letter caps, kind of your call. Here comes the Nemesis corner. Made it through just fine that time. Whoa. Car got sideways there. Alright, let's see if we can actually get a good lap in. No spins. No penalties. I definitely would have taken damage on that first lap. Had damage been in there. It looks like they have damage off for practice. I usually leave damage on light, so you at least are affected by it. But you don't have to like pit and ruin 2 laps. feels very different from the last time I ran practice, but I think it's because the wind seems to be much more severe. Feet per second. It's a decent wind. I think the last time I ran practice it was not nearly that much. Tires should be heated up, so I should be able to get around this fast right-hander better than last time. Let's see if that holds true. Yeah, way better than last time. No problem. Yeah, last time I like slid off track, and I'm not sure why. I think that might have been that the tires were so cold. Whoa. Too hot into that corner.
Oak_R3 said,
Yeah.
It's going to be tough keeping it clean around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Has Logan gotten our lobby up yet? Otherwise we can just practice with these guys. So used to just eating up curbs in that Nürburgring. Eating up curbs can be so hazardous for your health.
Oak_R3 said, contacted him and haven't gotten a reply back. I could always open up a lobby if you want me to.
Well, I mean, either way, but you guys are going to be the ones running the practice, so I suppose it doesn't matter which one of you actually runs the lobby. I'm going to finish up this lap just to see what kind of time I get, and then I'll jump over if you've got it open. Flowy section. Alright, made it through there, and I'll have to survive the jump.
R3E said, I have the lobby open. I will be running a few errands, so I won't be able to get on track after like 30 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna jump over there once I finish this lap up. You weren't kidding, there's going to be a really tough track to race at. Because it's so windy. Passing is so difficult here. It's like you really have to risk it, or you got to run for minutes waiting for a good opportunity. It can be so frustrating if you're stuck behind someone that's just not very fast, but just have no way of getting around them. Got under 821. There we are. Just hit the track. Whoa. That corner being so tight, it's so difficult. The outlap. I'm not going for any records on the outlap. Kevin, I thought you said you weren't going to be able to get out on the track. Yeah, here you are. Ugh, that was ugly. was also ugly. Survived it, but that was ugly. Crashed already.
Oak_R3E said, "Alright, I will be back."
Okay. Coming out of this corner here is where I tend to bin it a lot. It's right hand to right here. Back end will slide out on me and over rotate. That time it didn't. But I know in the race that's one I need to take a little careful. That one likes to bite. Like that in the jump. The left-hander earlier on. There's like 3-4 spots on the track. They're kind of like the ones where I normally crash at. That and this left-hander coming up here is also a tough one. It's a really high-speed corner that if you get wrong, you touch that inside curb, it bounces you out. If you turn too late, your front tires just skid off into the grass. Alright, had a fairly clean lap for lap 1. See if we can do the same for the first hot lap. Lap 2. He's got a lot of wind in this lobby too, 16.6 feet per second, going the opposite way as it was in the other practice lobby. Making it so that long straight had more speed. More speed at the end of this straight too. That's going to be a pen. Didn't realize I was going to slide so far. Maybe it's not going to be a pen. Alright. I'll take no pen. That was almost a disaster. It'd be bad for my lap time, but at least I didn't spin and take damage. Oh, recovered that. That was rather precarious. disaster back there. Just kind of did the whole power slide through the corner. Driver in here asking me questions. I believe that's a new sub to my channel, which I appreciate the sub, but if they're listening in, I am practicing for a league race right now, so I am not interrupting to type. Trying to work on my lap times here. Curbs for that section are so... it can be such a disaster. But through there, it's not so bad. Just don't want to hit the inside curb because it'll throw your car outside for the very next corner. Like you lose that front grip. To go down to first there. Ugh, slide in the back end. Like there, I hit the inside curb. I was worried about getting back on the throttle. I could feel the front end sliding. Too bad of a lap. I don't know that it's going to be a 8:18. Trying to get it under 8:18. I had like an optimal of 8:15 the other day when I was practicing, but obviously trying to put in a full lap, that's your fastest. Or that's like your fastest version through every corner is next to impossible. All right, 21. Oak is back. Man, almost messed that up again. But much less of a slide. Got into the grass there. Aston Martin team in here. I joined their lobby earlier, and then they just jumped over to ours. Right? Oh yeah, that sector was way faster than before. Just not getting into that huge slide. It's a big part of it. See if we can keep this up throughout the lap. A little bit better everywhere, it looks like. Just the apex on that one. Go, made it to that corner too. That's another one that becomes a problem from time to time. See if I can survive this fast left-hander. Did. Stay in the carousel. Almost hopped out of it. It's not what you want. There. Also didn't want to go down to first. Did that last lap too. I'm not sure why I'm going to first there. Wow, I was 7/10 slower in that last sector. nipped that inside curb again. Killed some of that momentum. Definitely still ahead. It's not going to put me under an 820. Hope to be under 820, but man, I lost a lot of time in that 12th sector. That's the thing, to have a really good time, it feels like you just need to push it the whole lap. There's certainly times where you just don't want to push it. Or where if you're pushing it all the time, you're eventually going to crack. Slower in that first sector. Another 2/10 slower in that sector. Finally got through there without sliding. Whoa! Why did that happen? Didn't think I pushed that too hard, but apparently I did. That's the thing, in every sector I was already behind my previous time. So I was already slow, and then I go pushing it even harder. Alright, good, we have light damage. outside curb. Again, bounce my car to the outside, ruining the next turn. Just slow in every sector now. There's only lap 4, and the tires are already going. Maybe that very well could be part of it, but there is some tire wear. With the tires half down, that should be affecting the handling of the car. That does make sense. That's the thing, it's like 4 laps. Is it really like 4 laps and you gotta pit? I mean, these tires are gonna be well under 50% after the 4th lap. At least I didn't go down to first there. Alright, off the jump. That last section was a lot better. I gained a whole bunch of time. I could probably do one more lap on softs, do 5, but I need to use the restroom, so I'm going to hit
S
to C. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to see you. Gonna take a quick break, use the restroom. I'll be right back to change tires. Alright, back. Alright, I'm going to switch over to mediums. It seems like, I mean, even if I ran a 5th lap there, you're only using about 10% fuel. Like, 5 laps on those, I would still have half my tank.
Just a quick check-in to say hi. Stuck in another game and gotta search up some guides. LOL, might be back in a bit.
Sounds good, SC. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, so I'm gonna put on mediums and see if we can go 10 laps. Honestly, I do just as fast. I go just as fast. In some cases, I'm faster on mediums than on softs, which makes no sense. But we're gonna see what happens here. I got an 820.5. So we're going to see if we can get down below the 820s on mediums here. Oh, excuse me. We have an optimal of an 817.5. That's not bad, but again, that being optimal, I need to be down in like that 816 to 815 range, or 816 to 818 range. Or I'd say 816 to 819 range, like consistently. You know, where maybe I have an optimal down at 815 or even below 815, so I can run 816s on the regular. That would be great. If I could be down in that range, I'd be pretty happy with that. I don't like being up in the 820s consistently. So I feel like I gotta bring that down. sure if directive ahead, if that's Oak or if that's Enigma. Almost felt the back end start to kind of slide around a little bit there. Holy, I'm an Enigma, did an 808. Alright. I am nowhere near that. Then again, I believe they are on the team that is second in the point standings, so they are a fast team, most definitely. See, for me, I think the mediums are just more predictable. I'm just more comfortable with them. Like, I understand what they're going to do. So I end up being faster. Like, I feel like this is a lot faster lap than any of the ones I was doing on softs. This seems to happen every time I come to the Nordschleife, that mediums, I just do better on mediums. Which goes against all logic. Hit the curb. Yeah, that slowed me down big time. Dropped under 100 miles an hour. Like, after the jump there, I feel like if I can keep it up around 110, then it's a really good sector. I drop down to like 106, 107. Means I'm playing it a little safe. Optimal of an 817 and a third now. I can only imagine the controller on this track would be would be hell. Whoa, way too deep, which makes this corner suck. Tenths off in that first sector. A little bit of time back there. Gained a lot more time back there. Like maintaining your momentum around that right-hander there. Like if you underbrake, you go off into the dirt. But there is definitely time to be had there if you're brave enough. Carry too much speed through there. Get better times in any of these sectors. Weird is I don't feel like I'm running bad laps. They're just not coming out very well. many small mistakes all add up to, there we go. Here was that slide. Front tires just didn't grip. All the way off in the grass. Lost a ton of time. Oh, this next sector time is going to be ugly. Yeah, down 2 seconds. Be like, you know what, this is just a bad lap. I'm trying to keep myself from pushing the rest of the lap too hard to make it up because the time's lost. Worst thing I can do is make it worse by pushing harder to make up the time and then end up screwing up more. Or at least that time I kept it above 100 miles an hour. What the? Dipping my tires in the grass like an idiot. Lost a whole bunch more time. Maybe what, 8:23, 8:24? 16 seconds off of Enigma.
Oak_R3E said, I will be closing the lobby some to get ready for Nations Cup tonight. Friday I will be on wheel and hopefully clock in serious laps. Oak_R3E said, soon asterisk.
You're closing it soon? Like how soon? Like 15 minutes or like 1 minute?
Oak_R3E said, probably like in 5 to 10 minutes. After this lap you complete.
Okay, that works. I was going to say, if you're going to let me finish another lap before you close her down. Alright, now we're starting to get the swing of it here. afraid maybe I cut that corner too much. I was going to get a pen. Thankfully I didn't. Thankfully I didn't. There, I can talk. Off the grass, dummy. Definitely felt better. It was only slightly faster, but on mediums, that's what you would expect. That back corner is definitely going to go slower than on softs. Dang it. Nipped that inside curb.
Oak_R3E said, these curbs are lethal. Hit one and you hit them all.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like you said, you hit one and it bounces you out, so it ruins your next corner. And then you're compromised for the next like 2-3 corners once you hit a curb. Specifically an inside curb. Like when you're going for the apex, and you get into it just a little too early, it destroys the corner. It almost makes you want to purposefully miss the apex by a couple feet, just to be consistent. Corner that completely screwed me last time. I made it, but that was barely made it. that corner a lot better that time. Kept her up at 110. Although my time doesn't reflect it. Optimal down to a 1 or an 817 flat. Looks like I'm still behind my 820.6. It's going to be an 821. Under an 821. Barely. Alright, you gotta shut her down now?
Oak_R3 said, "Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close the lobby.
Alright.
Had a fun time watch and practicing for a bit."
Alright, well, thanks for running it. Maybe I will... Let's see, do I open my own? Run a little more? Not sure.
Oak_R3 said, "Tomorrow I'm down to practice tomorrow if you are available."
I will be available, but it'll be a little later. Well, if you're going to start at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 my time, I may not be available till closer to 6 or 6:30 my time. So 7 or 7:30 your time. But I'm planning to do at least some practice tomorrow.
Oak_R3 said, "Okay, that's no problem.
Well, I mean, whenever.
We could adjust times."
If you guys end up doing like 2 hours of practice and I'm around for 1 hour of it, I mean, that works. What I do need to figure out is run long enough to see if I can go 10 laps on mediums. Because honestly, like there, I just ran a medium lap. It was a half second off of my soft lap. So, I mean, being able to run tires that'll go twice as long and only losing a half second. And to be perfectly honest, when I was in a lobby a couple days ago doing practice, I was actually able to get down into the 818s on mediums. So, that might be because I start on softs, and by the time I get into a groove, I've switched to mediums, and that's why it feels like it's faster. I'm not sure. I'm not going to have enough time to run like 10 laps now. Because that's going to be like, well, 10 laps at 8 minutes a lap is going to be almost an hour and a half. So really what I need to be able to do is just to get 9 laps. Or maybe 10 laps at first on mediums, pit, and then run 9 laps, and that'll probably be the 2 hours. If I can run, because let's see, 9 times 8 is 56, plus the extra time. Wait, yeah. No, 9 times 8 is 72. 8 times 8 is 64. So running 8 laps, it'd be 64, 65 minutes. And then run another 8 laps, or maybe 7 laps, to finish it off. 2 hours. It might just be 8 laps and 8 laps, and then I could do it as a one-stopper. 16 laps. Yeah, 8 and 8. Or 8 and 7, depending on how many laps they're having us do, whether it's 16 or 15. But on softs, that wouldn't work. On softs, you're talking about doing like a 5-5-5 or a 5-5-6, depending on how many laps we do in our stint, pitting twice. But unless I'm getting 10 seconds a lap faster, or even 5 seconds a lap faster on softs, I don't know. I might just need to run mediums. How about this? I'm going to load.
Oak_R3E said, "No bad, split 1 races this weekend, so I will keep an eye out for their strategy."
That sounds good. That sounds good. Now, granted, they're going to be on another level, but yes, definitely see what their strategies are, what their times are. I would imagine those guys are going to be running 8, 10, and under all the time, which I am going to be nowhere near. Oops, not intermediates. Although that is something we need to test, is do some racing in the wet. All right, on medium. Actually, on mediums, let me jack this up a little bit more. 870, just to help with some of that rear end slide. Because every now and then I get the rear end to kick out on me. If I have the downforce up a little more, that should help. Let's just put in a couple more laps on my mediums and see if the extra downforce helps me or hurts me. God, I hate that corner. All right, I'm turning left. Extra rear downforce is going to help in slow speed corners like that, so... Tires are cold, not quite as grippy. Alright, that whole sector there is where that extra rear downforce helps keep the rear end from sliding out on me. It's gonna hurt me on these long straights here, but there's only like there's like 3 long flat out sections. This one, there's another one coming up before that fast right-hander, and then, you know, the long one right at the end. So those will hurt in the spots where I have the extra downforce, but everywhere else, that extra downforce should help. The car more planted and less slidey should overall make my lap times faster. Alright, Cora's in here. Another teammate gets practice. Another sector right here where having that extra rear downforce will keep that car from kicking out on you. This section right here too. And then this section right here. Come on. You could lose the rear end coming up that hill. Flattens back out on you. Almost lost it right there. Tried to give it too much of the beans coming out of that corner. Scary. Downforce helping that section. Tried to carry too much speed through there. Front tire slid. Car planted through this bumpy section. Car planted going around this high speed section. Hot lap number 1. There's my teammate. Alright, so I can do a little bit of following, which is good. We need this practice. Stick with him, not be distracted by him. Alright, don't put my wheels in the grass. Better. Keep up the speed. Dirty air here. See if I can still make it to this corner. Yep. Man, I thought he botched that corner and was going to give me an opportunity to pass. He ended up getting through it faster than me. Sticking with them. Oh, bobbled it. Here's where we got to be careful. There we go. Just waited for the opportunity. Didn't push it. Not mess up this corner. right on the razor's edge there. Too ambitious there. Pulled away now. Oh, he's way back there. Hitting the curve, messed up 2 corners. Wasn't a horrible run through there. Alright, I'm definitely ahead of my pace here. Or what I had been doing. I'm gonna get down to the 820s. Maybe under an 820. Oh, under an 820. There we go. So that's 0.6 faster than what I was doing on softs. And I just did it on mediums. Now, granted, I had some slipstream help on this one, so we'll see without having that how some of these sectors pan out. Some of these up here should be slower without the slipstream. it again.
Isaiah Adams said,
Hey Isaiah.
have you raced yet?
Well, I'm practicing for my 2-hour stints at the Nordschleife, so we are not going to run a 2-hour race. We're just practicing. Practicing for the big race next weekend. For a week and a half. Trying to get comfortable with this car at this track. Alright, so this sector, sector 6, should definitely be slow. I don't have the slipstream this time. Yep, vortex. I could do better in some of these sectors up here. There, that one. Man, nailing that set of corners is so tough. Better was, jeez, third. That felt easier. More planted, more solid. Man, I felt that set of corners getting away from me. I was able to reel it back in. He's on another third. one of the 818s on this one. Just about every sector's been blue. This might be pretty close to my optimal time. Wicko's in. Alright. Now he's going to show us what real speed is all about.
Wickox.
There's Wicko.
Pile of blue dashing away.
There we go. Knocked off 3/4 of a second. So I got 7 laps left. I mean, I can do 10 laps on a tank of fuel. And I believe I could do 10 laps on a set of medium tires, although I don't think I'll need to. I think 9 is the most I'll need to get. 9 and 9. Or actually, no, 8 and 8 is probably all we're going to need to do. Sector was way better. $8.17 optimal now. See if I can actually turn in this lap on an 8.18. Head enough to be in the 818. Let's not push this too hard. Screw it up. Seems like getting onto that curve is the faster way around, although I don't like it. It doesn't feel faster. That was almost a disaster. How much time I'm going to lose from that mistake? $0.7. Now I'm behind. was purple. Now I'm behind because of one bad sector. There we go. Back up again. Nope. Lost the front end. Tried to take it too fast and went off into the grass. It's like the front end just would not steer. Lost 1.6 seconds. There's one mistake. Oh, there's another mistake. Really slow going down this section because I lift. Was on track to do an 818. Just had two disastrous sectors. It's probably going to be an 822.
Coke_R3 said,
Yep.
Got some company I see.
Got some teammates in here. That was going to be such a good lap, too. And destroyed that lap. honestly, I think that's probably going to be it for me.
Said,
Leo, you come in just in time.
Everyone, don't suck, Sal. LOL.
Just as I suck.
Laughing.
You were 15 seconds too late. Just got done spinning out. But, alright, we've been at it for about 3 hours here, so I think I'm going to shut down the stream. Just going to thank everybody for stopping by, saying hi, all that business. Cora and Wicco, if you're out there, I'll leave the lobby up so you guys can just keep practicing. But I need to go grab some dinner and continue to help with getting the garage sale ready that we have starting tomorrow. So, I'll probably be online again tomorrow doing some more of this IRO practice. So until then, peace out, guys. Check you later. Bye-bye.
Oak_R3E said, alright Sal, see you later. X Wickox said, see ya Sal. Leo 2443 said, LOL, I go where